Oh, I'm sorry, I'm enjoying my new coffee mug right here. What's going on, YouTube and all the basketball fans out there right now? This is Andrew Warren, back here once again, giving you my predictions for the NCAA March Madness predictions for 2019. Yep, it's that time of the year when March Madness comes around, during the football season, that's the first thing comes into mind, is March Madness. So anyways, if you guys enjoy March Madness, go right along. I'm going to explain to you on the way what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a top 3 teams in each region, and I'll give you the Final Four predictions when the Final Four is set. So, anyways, I'm going to tell you who I think is going to make it in the Final Four and who's not. So, well, the top 3, I would say, who's going to make it to each region. So that's what I'm going to do. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoy the NFL offseason. I have a lot to talk about when training camp comes around for that. So, till then, after the March Madness, I'm going to be doing the NBA and the NHL playoff picks. So you guys enjoy that coming up in the month of April. Till then, enjoy my NCAA March Madness predictions. Check it out. We're going to kick things off from the South region. We're going to see what's going to go on with that. The top 3, I believe, who may go in. My first one may go to Tennessee because I think Tennessee's having a great run. I know the women's basketball team were number 1 for years with Pat Summerlin, I believe that's her name. Hold on, Pat Summerlin, that's right. So, but God rest her soul, who passed away 3 years ago. But anyways, now ever since she retired, though, the men's division, the men's basketball league has been stepping up. So I think this is gonna be a great turning point for Tennessee. So I think for the men's side, that helped out the women. So the women's basketball league, Pat Summerlin's been the head coach of the women's one for a very long time, and up until our time as disease. But anyways, if I could pick a team, I believe we could make a run to the playoffs because of a depth a few years back, would probably be Tennessee. I definitely will see that. I definitely see Tennessee coming in there. The men's having one hell of a year for that. I like Tennessee going into the Final Four, and we'll go from there. Anyways, other ones in the South, Virginia. I like Virginia in this one. I think Virginia being the number 1 team. I think Virginia has a redemption to think about after what happened last year. That they were in their 16th. I forget who it was, but I think last year they were number 1 and they got knocked off in the first round. And I think that's the back of their mind, what they're thinking of. I think what they're thinking of, and they were a one-and-done team last year. They lost to a number 16th team. I think that's going to be in the back of their minds, like, let's not do this again. So, anyways, I think that's what Virginia is. Virginia's number 1 in the South region. So I think that's a team that you should look out for. They got a lot of redemption to think about. So I think that's going to be a good fidelity about. And so, hey, that's who I think of Virginia right now. So, hey, you never know. Anyways, the last one in the South region, I believe, who can go in there, I believe Villanova, the defending champions. My Villanova, I think they're going to do really, really exceptionally well, but I think they had a up and down season this year. I know they lost some players in the draft last year. I think that set them back a little bit. So I'm not gonna lie, I like Villanova. I'm not too sure about them, but I like Villanova in a long shot. So I think it's gonna be really tough. I think they face a tough Virginia team, tough Tennessee team, but I think who can come up with an upset. I think Villanova could be it. So I really do believe that. So I think my Villanova Wildcats are gonna may do damage, may get another run in the finals again. I believe so. So I think they're gonna do something with that. So anyways, again, the top 3 who I believe is gonna make it: Tennessee, Virginia, and Villanova. If I had to pick a wild card in that one, I would probably say Purdue in this one. I think Purdue is gonna be a good bet to go on. I think Purdue is gonna make another great run in the tournament again. So I think they're gonna be doing something. They haven't been there, I believe, since 2010. I believe when Brad Stevens was still around. Now he's the head coach of my Boston Celtics. They went back-to-back finals years, and they just couldn't clinch the deal out of that. So, anyways, this should be I think if Purdue would be another run, I believe that they could do some damage on that. So, anyways, that's the South region. I'm going to give you my Midwestern region. Check it out. Okay, go to the Midwest region right now. the team I believe was going to make it to the Final Four, and that North Carolina. I mean, North Carolina had a hard-fought battle against Duke last week, but hey, North Carolina, they almost beat them. I think right now I think Duke's the team to beat, but I'll get to Duke in a minute. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is North Carolina, I think there's a very high chance that North Carolina's going to get in. They're one of the teams that can get in the finals all year. But, they haven't won, I believe, since 2009. So I think that's the last time they were number one, too, if I remember right. The last time they were in the Final Four, and they were number one seed, and they actually won it that year. So don't be so surprised if that happens. Don't be so surprised about that. So anyways, I think what I think it is, I think North Carolina is going to be in there. They have a very high chance of getting in there. So you never know. But anyways, my second team who I believe who can make it to the Final Four in the Midwest, Kentucky. What I say about Kentucky, the last time Kentucky was in the top 10 in the final, around there, which I believe they were, at least they went to the finals and lost it, which they were ranked number 8. And that was 2014 against Connecticut. But anyways, back to reality, the last time they were in the top 2, like they were number 1 or number 2 seed, it was in 96, I believe, and they won the finals that year. So a little turn of events around there, and I mean, you can go into that detail in any of that. But anyways, I think Kentucky has a very high chance in that one. I really like them, so I think that's going to be a team in there. That's going to be a team to look out for. And anyways, continuing, the third team I believe who's going to make it, who has a good chance, Kansas. Last time they won it was in 2008, and they beat Memphis. They were I believe they were number 1, I think? Yes, they were. They were number 1. The last time they won it was in 2008 against Memphis. That was the year that Memphis got stripped from cheating on their tests or anything like that. But anyways, I think in Kansas, I believe they're going to be a team that look out for. I think Kansas is going to be a really tough going in there. But I think that's the last time they were number 1. I believe they won the finals. I think last time we were in the top 4. I think I would say they were in there. So I wouldn't be so surprised if Kansas would make a nice run in the finals, upset North Carolina, or maybe upset Kentucky or something like that. So I believe that. So anyways, a wild card thing I would put in there, Ohio State. Don't get me wrong, Ohio State is a sleeper. I think everyone's sleeping in Ohio State. I think they could do some damage. So hey, you never know, but you never know. But anyways, going into that, I think Ohio State is a sleeper. I don't think they've been in the Final Four since 2006. I'm sorry, 2007 was the last time they're in the finals, which I believe at that time, I think they were. Let me think. They were ranked number 1, so in that one, but that doesn't mean anything though. I think I like Ohio State for some reason. I think they make a sleeper in there. So I think Ohio State is a sleeper in this one. I think everyone's not paying attention to them. So anyways, going, and I think they can make a shock to everybody. I think they're going to make a big run in the finals. I think do something that they haven't done in 12 years and just make it to the Final Four. So, like I said, North Carolina, Kentucky, Kansas, and Ohio State. That's who I believe they're going to be in. Who I pick in there. Anyways, I'm gonna do the Final Four on that one in my next video. So coming up when the Final Four is set. So, anyways, let's get on to the West region. All right, the team I believe who can get in there, Gonzaga. I mean, Gonzaga is a really good organization. They've been in the Final Four a few times in the last 10 seasons or something like that. So this could be another knock on the door for the Gonzaga to be in the Final Four. So I think this is going to be a tough one in there. I think this is going to be a really nice, good one if they can get in. Finally get the nail in the coffin for that. So anyways, I think Gonzaga is one of the top seeded teams in there. Anyways, the second team, Michigan. I think Michigan, not Michigan, I'm sorry. Let me see. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Michigan. Yeah, I'm sorry. I went to the wrong team. Yeah, Michigan basketball team is I think they have a good shot in the nail. Michigan has a good football team. They also have a good basketball team too on the side. So I think Michigan will do some damage in there, and I think they can make a good run for it. Anyways, going into this, the number 2 seed, this is going to be a surprise. Syracuse. I think Syracuse is a good match for them. I think Syracuse is a really good run. I think Syracuse can upset Gonzaga in the second round. I think that there's a good high chance for that. So I think, don't get me wrong, Syracuse, they've been really a dominant team. Jim Bonham, who's been there for a very long time, since the mid-'70s. And there's a reason why I'm picking Jim Bonham. He suffered a near fatal car accident and almost died last February. So if if things like that happen, though, they usually make a great run in the playoffs. And coming from a car accident and go to the Final Four and probably win it, that's going to be huge for Syracuse to do that. Huge. But I know that's a very high, almost. That's a really great story to do that. It's kind of like what Dan Reeves did in the NFL in '98, had a heart attack and made it to the Super Bowl. I think I could see something like that for Syracuse to go in. I'm not going to be surprised if they upset Syracuse or upset Gonzaga or Michigan or things like that. So, anyways, that's why I picked Syracuse. I think they have a big high chance in that, very high chance. In the wild card spot, I think who may make it, who may sneak in, Texas Tech. Texas Tech is one of those sleepers. They're a high team. Nobody's been talking about them. They're a little hush-hush about them. You know how teams like that, they make hush-hush, they make some noise in the playoffs. Really some noise. So that's a team to look out for. I would put Texas Tech in there. You never know. So again, the top 3 to team, Gonzaga, Michigan, and Syracuse. And the wild card, Texas Tech. Now let's get down to the final region, the Eastern region. Okay, going to the Eastern region. The favorite to go in there, I believe Duke's going to be in there. Hey, don't get me wrong. Coach K, very high coach. Well deserved. But anyway, I think the reason going in there, I like Zion Williamson. I mean, he's a really good basketball player. The only problem with him, they overhyped the guy too much. He's just an 18-year-old kid who's in college, who may go to the pros in this coming off season. I don't know, but I don't know what he's thinking on that. But anyways, going into that, Duke, I think Duke's going to have a big high chance. They've been dominant all the season around, but you know how those high teams are. They go really well, but they just fell short. Coach K in there, he can keep things under wrap. I really do. I think Coach K is a really dominant coach, though. I think he's going to do really well. He's like Nick Saban in college football in Alabama. Yeah, Greg Popovich in the San Antonio Spurs in the NBA, or you can say he's Bill Belichick in that kind of way in the NFL and in there. So you can say something like that. I think if there's guys that can keep things under wrap, it's Coach K in the NCAA basketball. That's why I'm picking Duke. Number 2 in this one, Michigan State. You know what? If there's a team that want to beat up Duke, Michigan State's it. I think Michigan State has a very next shot in there. I think they can overwhelm that. I really do believe that. So Michigan State can easily can be sneaking in there. I think they could. So anyways, I think that's a team to look out for is Michigan. They could be one of the teams that could threaten to beat Duke. I really do. Not saying they will, but you never know. But anyways, I'm going in to my third region, who I think is going to make it. I believe it's going to be Virginia Tech. Don't get me wrong, I like Virginia Tech. I mean, Virginia Tech is a very high basketball team. I think they can make a good run. I mean, people often talk about the football team in college in there, but they don't really talk much about basketball. I mean, their basketball team is really, really good. So that's a team to look out for, I believe. I think Virginia Tech can make a good run in the playoffs, in the tournament, and things like that. I mean, I believe they could do some damage like that. So anyways, the wild card, I believe, Louisville. And don't get me wrong, they had to move on with Rick Pitino after the scandal he put up, which, if you're a Celtics fan, you would root against any team he would coach in college basketball. Don't get me wrong. Plain and simple. But I think Louisville is a good high chance for them to get in the Final Four, to get the redeeming off the Rick Pitino. So anyways, I think that would be a good run for Louisville. I think they're going to do some damage in there. They won the Final Four with Rick Pitino. I hope they can do it without him. So anyways, in the Eastern region, Duke, Michigan State, and of course, you got Virginia Tech. Wild card is Louisville. So here you go. that's my favorites who are going into the Final Four. I got the link down below if you want to do the prediction to have a read along with me. If I can get a password in there, if there's a password, I don't really know. I just revived it, so I don't know what happened. I don't remember it. So anyways, I think it's a free thing, so don't get me wrong, you don't have to pay anything for that. So if you want to join in, join. Until then, this is Andrew Warren, signing off. Peace. But anyways, like I said, it's going to be in the description down below if you want to join. So I'll have it in there. Until then, this is Andrew Warren. Peace.